Welcome to Harris Springs Canyon. Parking for this there's a few parking spots just off the road here. You can either park right off the pavement at the beginning, drive in just a little bit here, and then there's this circular parking area here where I chose to park because I do not have high clearance. If you just walk another less than quarter mile down, there's even more parking, but I found that you probably need a high clearance vehicle to get down there, so I just play it safe. Save the car, walk the extra quarter mile, park a little closer to the pavement is recommended. So after parking, you simply walk down the hill that very obviously leads into the canyon and start to follow the canyon downstream. It's a very wide wash, so it's not too hard to follow. So as you're walking down the wash, you will see a turnoff here on your left as you're going downstream. Make sure you catch this. This is your trail out of the wash. We don't want to be walking in the wash too long. It is a little hard on the feet. And up there is where we're heading. Once you get to the top of the hill, you'll be presented with choices here. The obvious choice is to walk along the top of the hill here, and it's not hard, but it is a road. The actual trail is off to your far left here. It is not well marked. It's very easy to miss, but it's worth finding to get on an actual trail versus the road. As you're walking on the trail, you'll come across the road that you could have walked on earlier, or if you walked on the road, you'll come across the trail. Either way, this is the time to turn onto the road and head in the general direction along the wash here, continuing downstream. This time on the road will make a better path for us. Depending on if you made the turn or not, you could either be walking the high road, or at the bottom here would be the low road. So there's the high road, and down there's the low road. I'm going to switch to the low road now. There's a connector trail here. It's a little rough, but I'm going to take that to the low road. That's what I originally intended to do anyway. If you're on the low road, you'll eventually come to where some washes merge. Either way, continue downstream. Eventually we will meet up with the main wash and merge. This is the location where the high road up there finally meets the low road down here. Having walked the low road and the high road definitely is a little easier on the feet. Low road is really little more than just the wash. The high road is an actual road that wasn't in too bad condition, at least on its flat spots. So as you're going downstream, you'll start to see the sides of the canyon, which were pretty high for a little while, start to open up on both sides. And that's when you know you're about to the recommended turnaround point. Okay, this is the point where we basically will turn around. We don't have to take the same trail back. As you can see, the road kind of makes a loop and starts to head back toward from where we came. So that's what we'll do. We'll cross to the other side. The trail does continue on, or road I should say, does continue on, as does the wash get much narrower. You can continue on all the way back to Las Vegas this way, but that's worth doing it as a different section. Shortly on your way back, you're presented with both road and trail options. Trails are almost always more comfortable on the feet, so I would suggest taking the trail back. And some pretty good views as you're coming back along the trail here, overlooking the wash. Pretty good side canyons off there in the distance. That's probably worth taking a look some other time. Eventually the trail will start to fork off a little more sharply to the right and away from the canyon. You may want to stick to the road to make your trip a little shorter, or just give you a different view depending on which way you came in. This happens about just as you're across from the large crack in the wall over there, kind of canyon. If you ever get the feeling the ground is moving, the ants of the Mojave Desert are very busy guys. As my daughter would say, it's an ant party. Eventually you'll reach a kind of a large fork. A rough road goes off to the right. The main road goes off to the left. Stay on the main road because that keeps hugging the canyon. That'll get you to your car the quickest. As you're going through this old fire damaged area, you can tell by the old burnt up yucca trees that exist here. Looks like there's a trail option here, so I may opt for the trail. That roughly parallels the road anyway. Sometimes you will encounter other hikers on trail who can be very slow, and often you just have to wait, you know, behind the laggards. We are back where we started, and I am going to opt for this less steep side trail down here into the wash to get back to the cars, instead of going down the one we originally walked up, which was a bit steep.